Hey guys, what is this? Today's video, as you can tell from the title, will be a little reading vlog, but difference is we are currently on my honeymoon part 2. We are in the Maldives and there is quite literally nothing to do here. I'm not sure if this video will come up before or after the travel vlog, but it'll be somewhere around there. Anyway, this is a reading vlog. We are on our second day already, so yesterday we kind of just got bearings around the island and I did start reading. So I was halfway through Akamath. I'm now about 100 pages left in the book, and so I brought it anyway because I was like, I wanted to read it and I couldn't read obviously the third book without reading that first. So before I show you the books that I have brought, because I had plenty of space in my check-in, I travel fairly light, so I bought 6 books. What about it? So I'm going to show you guys which ones I went for, but before anything happens I need to fill my little Stanley cup up with some soda in my Stanley. It just gets so warm otherwise. So let's go through the books that I have brought with me on this vacation. The first book I am reading is A Course of Mist and Fury. I have this much left of the book. Really liking it. We're really seeing more of the plot as opposed to just more setting the scene as per the first one, and yeah, really enjoying it. So hopefully I can finish this today and also start A Course of Winds and Ruin. I'm not going to read the back just because I don't want to spoil it for myself, same way as I didn't really want to talk too much about this one because I don't want to spoil it for you if you are trying to read this series. But this is a chunkier book. Dare I say, yeah, it's, how many pages? I think they're fairly the same size, so I'm assuming it's going to be roughly around 600 page mark as well. But 600 page mark, yeah, also I think it's 700 pages, this one. But yeah, really excited to read this one. Dare I try and finish this in a day of just sitting out on the beach? We'll give it a go. So those are the 2 fantasy books that I am reading, and then I've picked up 2 contemporary fiction-y books. So we have Sugar Baby by Celine St. Clair. This is part of the unhinged female genre that I absolutely love. Basically, she's just kind of going through it. She's 21, she doesn't think she's doing much with her life, and then she meets a woman who basically introduces her to the world of being a sugar baby. And of course it sounds so glamorous and it sounds so easy for, kind of getting just a lot of money or whatever packs out of it. So she ventures into that. How floppy is this book? So good. And obviously now it's how far do you actually go in that? So probably looks into the darker underbelly of this, I don't want to say job, but you know what I mean, being a sugar baby. And then the other one is Daddy by Emma Cline. Now I was very pleasantly surprised to know that these were in fact a collection of short stories. I had assumed that it was just a book that interconnected, but no, it is in fact a collection of short stories. Apparently it delves into modern humiliation, and I don't know, it's just again just darker themes, very much sad girl, unhinged girl book is what I'm popping that down as. That was a terrible way of telling you what that was. Next we have You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogle. I have wanted to read this for so long. I know that this made its rounds on the book community social universe a few years ago, and this follows a couple who are engaged to be married, but they are basically trying to outdo each other in trying to break up, so that I think something they don't want to be the one who breaks up the relationship or whatever it is. Whoever backs out first will end up bearing the brunt of the wedding bill. So they're trying to just compete with each other and trying to break up, and in that whole thing, do they then find themselves back together? Probably. I mean, I'm just judging literally the book by its cover. And then we have You and Me on Vacation, which I absolutely am so excited for because this is the only Emily Henry book I have yet to read, and all of her books have been, for me, I absolutely love Emily Henry. I would literally read anything she wrote. This, I believe, is becoming a movie with the guy that plays Coriolanus Snow. But yeah, we are going to hopefully read this one very soon after. If I want a little palette cleanser maybe before I dive into A Course of Winds and Ruin, I might quickly pick this up. This is a friends to lovers trope. Poppy and Alex, they basically go on holiday every year together, and one year something happens which basically ends their friendship, and obviously it's their way to kind of come back together. And do they go friends to lovers? Most likely. And the last book we have is A Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Laurie Gilmore. You know I love this series. I'm not the biggest fan of Pumpkin Spice Cafe. In a sense, it is my least favorite, but I really loved the atmospheric part of it. The plot just wasn't for me. But then Cinnamon Bun Bookstore and A Christmas Tree Farm, absolutely loved them. So I'm hoping this is going to go well as well. And then what I love about this is single dad trope. Single dad trope. What more you ask for, right? When I go on holiday, prefer to read physical books. We're going to read a little bit more of this, and we'll see. I'll check in on you maybe when I stop reading, really, because I think what the plan is for today is we're just going to lay out and then go get some cocktails, walk around, maybe have some lunch, come back. Ben wants to go walk to the coral bit. I just want to read my book for a minute, so I'm going to let him do that. I'm going to let him take the snorkel and do his thing. And then he'll come back and we'll do that. But this is our second day, and I kind of wanted to do all the fun stuff later on, just because I'm just not feeling like 100% physically at the moment. So I just wanted to relax and take it all in, and then spend the next couple of days in between doing all of the mad stuff, and then the last 2 days doing a little bit of both. Our room is literally at the beach. Like, it is amazing. We've got this little balcony bit here. Look at this. Sitting there, drinking a Sprite, and then we are right there. I'm finally on chapter 54 that everyone seems to rave on about, so let's see what's going on. I've just finished chapter 54 of A Course in Fury, and I think you guys are glazing it a little bit because it was sad and I loved the context. But like, it's not like cry your eyes out kind of sad, in my opinion. That's just me. But yeah, we'll carry on. I'm just reading this, and there was a line where Feyre says, "I loosed a growl." Like, girl, be for real. So it is now 5 o'clock. I did finish A Court of Mists and Fury this afternoon. I gave this a 4.5, maybe 4.75, I don't know yet, but I am giving it that rating. I can't really talk too much about it purely because this is the second book in the series, so if you haven't read the first one, I really don't want to give anything away. This was really good because like the plot is there now, and you would think so because it's a fat book, but the plot is there, you're getting to know the characters, and there's just a little bit more action going on, and it leaves on like a cliffhanger. So I am certainly happy to have brought book number 3, A Court of Winks and Rowan, with me. I don't know if it's just me, but love when you take books on holiday and you get them a little wet and they get all like battered and bruised, and I love that this book has gotten like that. So that's that. But I wanted to do a little palette cleanser in between, so I picked up You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry. This, I'm already 100 pages in. I think it's only like a 350 page book, so I think I'm going to finish this tomorrow morning, and then I think we're going to read another cutesy book and then do A Court of Winks and Rowan, just because it is huge. It's like 700 or something pages. So that's what we're going to do. Ben is just in the shower right now. We are just going to have like a nice little dinner at the Italian restaurant, hopefully, because it's like first come, first serve, and then just kind of chill at the bar and have drinks, because what else are you going to do in the evening when you go on holiday? And that's it. Also, I think I've caught like a decent-ish tan, because we just have laid out all day basically. That's all I can say right now. I will check in with you guys once I read a little bit more of You and Me on Vacation. About halfway through You and Me on Vacation, which I started yesterday afternoon. And why did you guys not tell me that this was going to be what made me a Friends to Lovers girly? Because I love them. I love how they're friends, like the friendship is portrayed not like in a superficial way, like they're genuinely friends and they have like lives outside of each other and relationships outside of each other, and that there's not necessarily like this tension from the offset, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm on chapter 18, page 182. I'm hoping to finish this today, and yeah, oh my god. Yeah, also look at these little baby coconut trees that they plant and then they move around the resort, and then there's the water, and there is Benji. He's conked out. Before I jump in the shower, I just wanted to talk about You and Me on Vacation. So I finished this and I gave this one a 5 stars, which is crazy because I am not a fan of Friends to Lovers, and I am the biggest hater of miscommunication, and those were the 2 main tropes of this book. But I absolutely loved it. I think Emily Henry just honestly just couldn't do no wrong in my eyes, and the way that it was written is just, I don't know, there's something about how Emily Henry writes is just so easily digestible, and it's so easy to like imagine in my mind. So I'm really excited to watch the movie, which I know is coming out. I think it's meant to be like this summer, so that's gonna be really exciting. And then I started You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogle. This made its rounds all over like the book universe a few years ago, and I'm really enjoying it because I'm halfway through it. And actually she's not that likable of a character, and I don't know if that's on purpose, but the blurb sells it to you as if, you know, they're both just equally hate each other and they're trying to just piss each other off so that whoever calls off the wedding has to basically bear the brunt of the wedding bill. But actually I feel so bad for him. Like she's kind of crazy, kind of selfish, and kind of like no self-awareness whatsoever. So yeah, I'm hoping to finish this tonight, and then maybe tomorrow I can start A Court of Wings and Ruin, or try and read The Strawberry Patch Pancake House, because if there's one thing that I've realized I really enjoy, it's a nice easy read. So yeah, anyway, that's the update. I literally have this stack of books right there. So I've read that, I've read this, I should be finishing this today, and then I do want to do that. I did start Daddy, but I just wasn't in like a serious read moment. I think I just wanted to read easy books, so that's what we're doing. So we are now back from the Maldives from a honeymoon. I thought I would just catch you guys up because I think the last clip is just like me reading on the plane, and then I just like slept. So I think the last 2 books that I was talking about were these 2 bad boys. We have A Court of Wings and Ruin and You Deserve Each Other. So I actually finished this one on the plane, and I gave this one a, I think, 3.75 star. This was a really relatable, in a sense of, if you're in a long-term relationship, romance books don't often talk about people who have been in long-term relationships, which have, I don't know, like a completely different path of like the trials and tribulations that these cause. That's why I think I really liked Happy Place. And as someone who's been with, you know, my now husband for 10 years this year, it's relatable. Okay, this was just so good. It was lighthearted but also quite deep. So this actually gave me a lot of like Emily Henry-esque vibes, where the humor was great, but then also the emotions were just like really there, and the characters just felt really fleshed out. So I highly recommend, for anybody who hasn't read this one yet and have been wanting to, take this as your sign to read You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogle. And then we have A Court of Wings and Ruin. I managed to read till 388 pages. So we are pretty much halfway, if not over halfway. And I do want to read this soon, but it was just kind of putting me in a slump, I'm not gonna lie. I know that I've enjoyed it, but I think I just read way too much. So I will be picking this up very soon, just to kind of carry on, because I do want to finish the Court of Akatar series, I guess. I really want to finish that. So yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This was just a really nice and different kind of video. I think I will do more of these, of like a reading vlog, but whilst I'm away. It's not always going to be like this where I'll go on holiday and be able to read as much as I have. This just happened to be a honeymoon, which meant that there was like nothing to do because of the location that we chose, and it was just like a really nice, relaxing, literally switch off kind of holiday. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, and all my other links are down below: TikTok, bookstagram, whatever. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.